Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Breaking Prisms, where we go over Black Mirror and the Twilight Zone. Right now, we are reviewing the last season of the Twilight Zone. Not the Twilight Zone. Definitely not the Twilight. We did that last couple weeks ago. The last season of Black Mirror, Season 5. We are on the third episode and final of Season 5, called Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2.
Aww, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I got all that. Today is June 25th. I couldn't remember. It's the day of the week, of the month.
It's a Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It's a fancy Tuesday.
See, this one's easy because it's the same day.
It is. We make this a little simpler.
No futuristic thing going on.
The rest of them, a little harder. So, yeah. This episode, about Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, brought to you by Miley Cyrus, about Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, pretty much. She co-stars?
I guess so. It
is
would
about
be a co-star.
Rachel, Jack, and Ashley, which are the three main characters. I would say mainly Rachel and Ashley, with a good side dose of Jack.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I would say she
if you
co-stars.
want to get technical, the title actually says Ashley too, so it's about the robot.
Yeah, but it's totally not. But it is. So yes, it is about Miley Cyrus, who's a pop star. Imagine that.
Hannah Montana, all grown.
Who creates a little robot called Ashley 2. And it's about one of her fans buying one of those.
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounded right to me. I think it was right.
I think you had it reversed from the actual summary, which was supposed to be a lonely girl obsesses over a robot idol. And at the same time, Ashley's not doing so well.
That's kind of what I said. I think it was pretty much like that. Yeah, come on. So, what do we think? And some spoiler-free-ish stuff here. There's some stuff to not spoil. There was a ferret or something.
I just got to send a picture of, I don't know what the hell it was.
I mean, it was a furry little creature.
It was
which are always cute.
Weasel, maybe? That is not a ferret. Okay, that's a weasel.
I would agree with you at this point. It is just, insanely Snow White. It looks fluffy. It looks kind of fat, though. It looks like he's picking up this little, chunky little fair fella.
Maybe, do minks come in white? Like the ones that get, sadly, skinned for their fur?
You're asking the wrong person at this point. I do not know. But other than the mink, weasel, ferret things, what do you think about the episode? I think Miley Cyrus, personally, was really good in the episode.
Yeah. Overall, it's normal Black Mirror standards. Acting great, shooting great.
See, the same thing we said about Twilight Zone. Hey, the acting and the shots and things were great.
Today's technology of, filming and acting and all that kind of stuff, it's been on par with what we expect from today's day and age.
Yeah, so really good there. Well, I say really good there. There are some acting choices from Rachel and Jack. And I'm like, we definitely got some Disney Channel vibes going on here.
Yes.
More often than I would like in some of these episodes.
Yeah.
Especially particular parts. Like where someone gets shocked. It's like, well, that was just terrible. That whole entrance was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, well, this is by far, in my opinion, the worst part of the entire show.
When it literally became the plot of the Disney movie where the heroes come to save the...
No, it's where the kid heroes have to outsmart the very adult people who all of a sudden become really, really stupid. Because that's the only way kids can actually outsmart adults is if the adults are just insanely stupid.
Yeah.
So any kids movie.
Yeah.
And that's really what it felt like. It's like, oh God, this is just bad. This is just really, really bad.
I think Home Alone even did better. He outsmarted the adults pretty well.
Yeah, but they did at least feel like adults. He just did some insanely good stuff for a kid. More so than he should have. But yes, it felt better.
Yes.
I can only speak to the first one because I don't even remember the second one.
The second one is when he gets lost.
In New York, I think?
Yeah, he doesn't get left behind.
The only thing I can remember is that Donald Trump is, in fact, in the movie.
I ignored that completely. I just know that Tim Curry is in the movie.
Don't remember that?
Yeah, he plays the waiter.
Don't remember there being a waiter.
Not the waiter, the bellhop.
Don't remember there being a bellhop. I remember nothing about the movie.
Oh, okay.
I know it exists. I believe it took place in New York, and I know Donald Trump's in it. That's all I got. That is it. It's been so long since I've seen the second one, it's not even funny. Anyways, back to Black Mirror again.
Jesus. So,
what do we think? Let's get the top level impression and get the spoilers.
Top level impression. Out of the 3 that we watched, this has the most technology, the most technological concepts as far as what people can do with consciousness and what people can do to manipulate each other.
Yes,
just
definitely
some creepy ass levels from the high rich people who can mess with stuff like that.
Yes, our biggest issues with some of the last episode was some lack of technology. I mean, the first episode definitely dealt with some, but it was a small plot point.
Yeah.
And an overall episode that didn't need it at all. Or this one relied entirely on the technology, which was great. A little bit more back into what Black Mirror we know it for. Some really cool, interesting technology, which is the center point of the episode. Which,
you know what I realized, which is one of the most unrealistic things, is if you look at their living situation and stuff like that, as far as like the girls at their age still sharing a room, stuff like that. Well, then again, the dad's setup was pretty high standards, like high quality.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, him just like, can I get this really brand new doll that was made by this really popular artist? Can I get that Wednesday?
Well, I mean, it's obvious somehow Dad made money.
I guess so.
I mean, we never actually saw Dad work at any point in the episode.
Yeah, he just seemed to be just trying to pimp out his new technology and scolding everyone else on how they're
exactly. But we never actually saw him work or do anything. But hey, we assume he made money because, well, he looked like he had some. So, yeah, technology, check, good. Acting, for the most part, good. Villain, bad.
Lackluster.
Really bad, in my opinion. Like, stereotypically bad.
Like the stepmother from Cinderella?
Yeah, pretty much. I am evil villain! I will do villain things! That's what I felt like.
I think the only scene as far as that I kind of really enjoyed between the two of them was the major conflict scene that started the major conflict of the...
So, yeah.
But we'll go into that later.
Villains. Go watch Toy Story 4. Good villain. That's how you do a villain. Black Mirror episode 3. Not how you do a villain these days. Step up, Black Mirror. This was bad.
Even the villain in the last Toy Story movie was pretty good.
No. Lotso was great.
Yeah. Well, you didn't really
he was good.
You didn't really think about it, and then, well, bam.
He was good. He was good. But I think Toy Story handles things well. Much better than what we got in this season. All right. Let's go. I guess we're going to rate it. We're going to rate it. Yeah. Let's rate it.
So this one was a bit tricky because it was back to the technology that we thought of. It was entertaining, like whether it was a Nickelodeon Disney special or it was a trying to somewhat poke at Black Mirror. It was entertaining to watch. It was fast-paced. It kept you guessing at what is going on because we came up with so many theories while we were trying to watch it. And
yes, it was not predictable. And even though the further you got into the episode, the more predictable it got.
Was sad.
Oh, it's totally just going to go very stereotypical. Yeah. Wonderful.
Because it's like the first half of the episode, it's like hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, miss. And then somewhere in that middle area, when the main conflict hit, everything just went straight Disney.
Yeah, it's like, this is...
But as far as that goes, I mean, with this episode could not survive without its technology. If you pulled that out, there would be nothing manipulating anybody unless you were sitting there just roofing them the entire time.
Yeah.
Mind control.
So, in some aspects, it was really good. In some aspects, it was not good at all. It was a hard one to balance. Yeah. Well, we enjoyed it more than the second episode, which we rated a 2. And we enjoyed it probably a little less than the first episode that we rated a 3. And since we here do not do 2.5s, we had to give it a 2 or 3. And we felt that we enjoyed it enough to say we only lost 2 companion cubes, giving it a 3 companion cube out of 5.
And I mean, we're talking about the companion cube falling from the portal and us, like barely being able to grab it.
Got scratched up a whole lot.
Before it, like, flies over the edge, okay? We almost missed it.
Like I said, it got scratched up a whole lot. It's a rough-shaped companion cube. But it narrowly escaped, and it's a 3. It's a 3. We have to do a 3. Oh, we're jumping the spoilers for, like, a couple minutes. We have to.
The only thing I was going to say is, as I said, as a villain, I did like that whole connection, but her taking her out, having her, like, just sit there and eat and whatever, and her just being, like, sitting there talking to her as she is trying to, I was thinking, well, hey, maybe she did read it, maybe she's trying to understand something about what, I keep calling her Ashley, there we go, I was going to call her Miley, is going through, maybe, just maybe after reading all that stuff, something has clicked. And then she just whips out the diary, and I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. Then it went...
I feel like Miley should have caught on to that before she did.
Yeah, you'd think she would be able to hear her own words, because, I mean, she was literally reading it from...
Yeah.
And then for her to just be like, sit down, she's like, no. And then they go back and forth, and she stands up again, and she's like, sit down. She's like, no. And he's like, no, you are going to sit down. And woo.
Passes out.
Yeah.
Coma.
I didn't see that. I knew something was going to happen between the two of them. I didn't think she was literally going to put her into a damn coma.
Yeah, it's a bit much there. So yeah, spoilers in that aspect. I don't even know where to get in this episode. I really don't.
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to stop. No.
Yeah, something along those lines. That's where we should keep it. 2-3 minutes here. Dad, a little too stupid.
Yeah. Was mainly concerned about the mice.
Yes. More so than his children.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. Sister, I liked. Jack was good. The I care, but I don't really want to act like I care sister, but almost more of a parental figure and then being a sister figure.
Having to pretty much step in, like,
and
tell
I'm
the dad,
pretty positive she's only 1 or 2 years older than her sister. So
she just took her mother's death a little bit darker than...
Yes. A lot darker.
Yeah.
God, I'm trying to remember everybody's name. Rachel, on the other hand, I can't say I liked Rachel.
She was very bland, which I guess maybe that's what she was supposed to be, but she was really, really bland, and she only had one major line, which was, I'm your biggest fan.
Yes,
or
yes.
I'm a huge fan.
She was definitely bland. It was very, very bland. Miley did great. I mean, Miley's performance was good. I liked her as playing the dual characters. I mean, she played her life.
Yeah, that we pretty much just saw her transformation between Disney pop star to what she became. Except, I think we skipped the like swinging naked on a wrecking ball thing and went just straight to the darker and then kind of just evened out.
Yeah, you skipped out the middle section there of her.
Where she just went completely wild.
God,
yeah.
If I'd planned this a little better, I would have worn my other shirt, but I wore it last week.
Yes, the wrecking ball one.
Yeah, Harley swinging on the wrecking ball. I mean, I still have Harley on, but not on a wrecking ball this time.
No, but we did make a wrecking ball joke last time, so it worked. What it was, I don't know. But
and like I said, the mother or the aunt, it's a very stereotypical villain. I am villain. I only have evil intentions. I'm only using you to get money and control your career. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the only surprising thing is, holy shit, you went as far to put her into a coma.
Yeah, it was a bit much. But apparently we have the technology to copy over human consciousness and put it into millions of robots.
And it was just really twisted because it's like, okay, you... Not only did you put her into a coma, which we thought that's why she was in a coma for like 6 months, but no, she might have only been in a coma for like overnight, and you just kept her in a box that just stole her dreams.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
And just sedated her and kept sedating her.
Yeah, my biggest issue is still the whole consciousness thing. Yeah. That seems a bit far, even for this show. I mean, copying human consciousness and having that ability, that should... To only... Did they discover that? Is that a known thing? I mean, if they discovered that, that's 10 times bigger than Miss Popstar. You have a whole nother...
I don't think they discovered it, considering that if we remember that commercial, it sounded like stuff being implanted into your brain already existed.
Yeah, but that's not copying human consciousness.
We don't know that, though.
I know, but...
That's
still a big deal.
All it said was something grain, and you could have it you could have the procedure done with a harmless anesthetic.
That sounded like a previous episode, which still wasn't copying human consciousness. It was only copying what people saw.
It was copying their memories.
Yeah. Which people saw.
Yeah.
It was basically just video camera out of your eyes.
Yeah. But we don't know, as far as that goes, what technology they had based off that.
I don't know. I just didn't... There's no explanation of copying human consciousness.
Well, that's the thing, is that they just didn't seem like... I think...
Again, is that not a big deal? Is it just fine? Hey, we can copy human consciousness willy-nilly all we want? That just seems a bit much for me, but...
apparently they live in a...
Apparently,
literally...
it couldn't have been that common. The girls were extraordinarily surprised that was a thing.
Well... At the same time, though, your dad literally has a computer in his basement that reads the brain patterns of mice.
That's reading brain patterns of mice,
Either
not copying
way,
the entirety of human consciousness into a robot.
I'm just saying.
There's issues here.
Anyways, this is on too much.
But yes, as soon as she went to a coma and then they went to use mini robot her to go get other her we have this very obvious teen girl with a big baggy sweatshirt and a hat. I'm mice to control. We don't have any mice. I think you do. Okay, come in. Okay, sure. We're cool. We're going with that. Right. Sure, he's the greatest security guard known to man.
I could understand if the house was empty, but being that the pop star is still in the house...
Exactly. And I have a teen, roughly the right age, who would be very into said pop star. Sure, come in. There's no way you're disguised as a pest control.
Didn't ask for any credentials, didn't ask for anything. So, yeah.
Issues. Lots of issues.
But either way, it was still at least entertaining enough for us to sit here and talk about it and think about it and just laugh about it. And I think that's where it kind of tipped over into that and technology, because I like technology.
Yes. The music was fun. Miley was good. The overall plot, we could have gone a different route that it would have been, I think, better. A little too happy of an ending. Yeah. Way too happy of an ending. It really went very stereotypical, save the day, everything's great and wonderful.
And the fact that, it's like... I know they gave them their blessing and stuff like that to have it be put into like a female empowered, but her saying that the two songs that she wrote were hers about her aunt, and they're 9 Inch Nail songs.
Well, y'all couldn't come up with anything more original here?
As I said, I know that they got their blessing and stuff, and they thought it was going to be cool for it to be like female empowered, singing their songs. But still, it's like Miley Cyrus is literally a singer. You couldn't just.
We couldn't have done anything else.
She couldn't have wrote something specifically about how she feels about this movie.
I mean, you could give me just a verse and they sing a verse or something. I don't know. We could have done something different.
But anyway.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, a 3. Solid 3. And the more I talked about it, I feel like we talked more negative than positive. It makes it sound more like a 2. But
it's a 3. We're leaving it at a 3. We're done with this episode. Black Mirror, do better.
Please, if we get a season 6, which I fully expect we will, because this was one season that's very diverse.
Like that's why it was 3. It was a trial.
Well, according to them, the reason it was 3 is because Bandersnatch took a crap ton of effort from them.
Which was worth it.
Bandersnatch's fantastic. Go watch Bandersnatch. It is great. It is very Black Mirror.
It is twisted as hell.
And starting next week, we're going to go back and actually review Season 4, which we skipped to get the Twilight Zone, so we could come back. Now we have Season 5 of Black Mirror. So we're going back to Season 4 of Black Mirror, which is so much better, and we're going to enjoy that a lot more.
Now, what we haven't decided yet, though, is if we're going back to our original format of every other.
No. I say we just jump into Black Mirror.
Okay.
My personal opinion. We'll figure it out next week still. Episode 1, Black Mirror, Season 4. I don't know the name of it. I don't remember. Nope, I do. It's the Star Trek one. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It has a whole thing to it. I don't remember the name of it, though, unfortunately.
Something Odyssey?
It's called, like, the USS SS something.
Oh, yeah.
It has a very Star Trek named episode. It's like, oh, okay, this is clearly based off of that. Really cool episode. Anyways, any final thoughts?
Nope.
As always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled, reach Amanda at KZPup, reach the show at Beyond Our Focus, practically everywhere, including YouTube and podcast services around the globe.
Maybe.
But, till next time, long days and pleasant nights.